Call to order at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And now I have to do a roll call. Carol Mahoney,
Yes.
Janet Khan,
Yes.
Jack Ward,
Present.
Ken Zeb, Carol Cahill,
Here.
myself, and of course Liz.
Present.
Okay, first on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for November 17th and 18th. November 17th was the joint selectmen meeting. So both Carol Cahill and Jack will have to abstain.
Okay.
So do I have a motion for approval of minutes of November 17th?
By me, Zeb,
Motion?
Carol and me.
Zeb?
Yes.
Okay, might as well. It works good that way. Yep. Okay, Carol Mahoney,
Yes.
Janet,
Yes.
Ken Zeb,
Yes.
and myself. Okay, now approval of minutes for November 18th. This one only Carol will abstain, Carol Cahill, since you weren't sworn in that night.
Right.
Okay, anybody have any questions on the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Okay. Okay, first off, Carol Mahoney,
Yes.
Janet Khan,
Yes.
Ken Zeb,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
and myself. Okay, the next meeting will be Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Let's hope that's a good omen, huh?
You know what? I'm really sorry, but I missed who made that motion, I guess.
It was me.
We're trying to keep it with Zeb and Carol.
Okay.
Jack
Make it
made the
easier for you,
motion.
Janet.
Yeah, Jack made the motion.
Zeb made the motion, I second it.
Oh, Jack.
I kind of thought he did, but your hand was up and I said, well,
Okay, got it. Thank you.
okay, reports. Library Director, Liz?
So this report shows statistics from November. Circulation is still down from normal, but continuing to get closer to normal. Ebook usage is still good. Still no volunteers. We are doing some virtual programs. We are doing story times on Facebook. Erin did a story walk in collaboration with the Recreation Commission at Hartsuff Park last month. The take and make crafts are still very popular. And the book group is back to meeting and they met again last night.
Okay.
Yeah. Down to building issues. We passed our elevator inspection. There was a pre-bid meeting on the window project on the 18th. Our new phone system is in place. We are having some hiccups, but it's working pretty well. If you have called here, you might have noticed that all the menu options are different. If you're used to pressing a certain number right away, maybe listen, it might have changed. We got our air purifiers. There's one upstairs and one downstairs. So hopefully that will make everyone a little safer when we reopen and now. Curbside pickup is very similar to last month. We're still doing online meetings. Any questions on anything here?
Carol?
Liz, what's the status of the website and working with the town?
I'm going to a training on Friday. It's supposed to be done this month, so I think we're close. Yep, Pat.
Yeah, Doug announced last night at the selectmen's meeting that it would be up and running next month.
Next month. Okay.
Carol, last meeting, they said it was going to be the last day of December, it should be hooked up.
It's
Right.
supposed to be done by the end of the
By
month.
the end of this December 31st.
It's a holiday, so, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So when we come in on the 1st or the 2nd, it should be running.
We hope so.
I
Yeah.
guess, Liz, have you and the staff had the opportunity to look at graphics or the structure or how you want the approach? I know there's a basic structure that the town's going to be doing, which is terrific.
Uh-huh.
Now, have you had the opportunity to tweak it, or is that later?
Not yet, but sounds like hopefully soon. We
Okay,
did do a new logo, and we were looking around for photos to use. So we'll still take those if anybody has any.
Ken, you
I
should
mean, would
have
that
some
mean
photos.
something like the band concert or just strictly photos of the building?
I think either could work.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, Liz, the next one, financial budget.
Yep. You might notice on here, like, we talked last month about the cuts that had been made to the budget and then restored at town meeting. So if you look in the November warrant column down on the electrical repairs line, there's that 1692. Nancy is the one who populates this report, and between the two of us, we had never had this situation with a cut being restored, and we weren't sure how to show it on here. So that's what we did. I now know that we probably should have put in another column with the cuts restored, so I'll fix that for next month. But right now, that's how we have it. So there's that one, and then there was an amount restored to the director's salary line, but since there were no blanks, it's like added in here. And then there's one on the library supplies, the last line, in the November column, but we'll make that more clear next month. Does that make sense? Are there any questions? No. Okay. Any questions on anything else on here? No. Okay.
Okay, next, treasurer's report. Ken?
Oh, okay, for 11/30, last month, we had $122,279. This month, we earned $50.06. You're not gonna believe this, at 0.399%. It went down again. In our available funds, we have $5,962.73, bringing our balance to $122,429.40. Additionally, we have there was a deposit by M. Manning for the town of Rockland to our account for $100. And Liz will tell you about that.
Oh yeah, I can explain that. I don't know if anybody was on the board with Marcia Manning or,
Oh, but I know who she is.
oh, okay, yes, she sent, and I guess that's pretty rare. So we didn't have a way to deposit directly into the trustees account, so it got deposited to the general fund, and then John Ellard transferred it from there to the trustees account. So that's why it says Town of Rockland. And then if you look on the sheet that lists all the funds, I think it's the third page of the file. So this donation is specifically to the Kennedy Fund. I think the Kennedys are Marcia Manning's parents. So actually, I think this $100 is reflected in the 5,962 right now, but it actually
Right.
should be
We're
in
gonna
the
read
principal
it
of the
first.
Kennedy
Right.
Fund.
Yeah, it's gonna go to the Kennedy Fund. and-
Yep, so that should be 46, and then I think
Yeah,
the available for expenditure will be 58, but the bottom line is still right.
yeah. So right now, we have a temporary balance. In the available funds, I put it there. It's
Yep.
$5,962, but really, we have $5,862.63 due to the Manning contribution. That's all.
Yep. And that fund funds our subscription to the Globe. So that's where it will go.
Yes. Okay, next is the review of schedules of departmental bills. Any questions on those? All set? Okay, next, FY22 budget update, Liz.
Okay, I'm supposed to emphasize that this budget that we submitted last week was very preliminary. So I think usually at this time of year you would be voting on this, but we thought since it's so preliminary, we haven't heard anything back yet, and it's still so up in the air, we should delay the vote. Does anybody have any questions on this? We were instructed to submit a level funded budget, so what we have submitted here is basically the same as this year's budget. The only difference is small increase in salaries. We have a number of people who are due step raises next year, but we don't know what the amounts of those will be because the union contract expires at the end of this year. So we'll see what happens with that. The difference here is just over 1%. So it's a very small increase over this year. And the difference is just salaries. Any questions? Yep, Carol.
Liz, do you expect the network to go up?
I don't think so. I wouldn't think very much.
I
I
didn't
think
hear the question.
then whether the network fee will increase.
It
Yeah,
went
we
down
don't-
last year, didn't it?
I'm not sure.
I thought we paid 24,000 and it went down to 22.
It was around 22 this year, so
Right,
that might be.
I'm kind of good at numbers.
That
But I
sounds
think,
right.
honestly, Carol, I think it's down a couple of grand.
I would
Okay.
be
Yeah.
exceedingly shocked if that were the way networks go. But that would be a very nice gift.
I know it didn't, I know this, it didn't, it's still in the 20s, and it didn't move a lot, and it's been kind of the same number for the last 3 years, if not lower.
Well, it's
Well,
partially
Somebody's,
based.
helping them.
Well, I would think that this year, even though libraries haven't been open, they have had to do a lot to be the backbone of services and providing technology to library. So they may keep it the same, I'm not sure, or they may need to because of their vendors' increases and services. So that's what might be my question.
It's partially based on our relative usage of the services. So if our patrons don't use services as much as patrons in other towns, those towns will pay more. So that is a factor.
Well, to that point, Liz, have you seen there are things that we perhaps should consider adding for our patrons?
Something that's
Have
something that's
staff-
being discussed in OCLN right now is the Wall Street Journal is offering access similar to what we get from the New York Times right now. I need to look at there's a presentation about it today, which I need to look at. Do people think that's something that might be used here?
Well, I think from my point of view, you would have a better, and the staff, a better assessment of that.
We do
Oh,
get the print
yes.
paper.
Yeah.
It's not our most read print paper. I wish the Globe would do that. I think that would be used more, but I'll take a look at the presentation.
Okay, next is the state aid update. As most of you know, as you get the emails from the, whoops. I kind of disappeared. Anybody else there?
We can see you.
I can still hear you.
Yeah.
All right, some
good.
screen popped up. As you all get the emails from Mass Public Libraries, And if you read something from Mary Rose Quinn, on December 9th, she explained how if the governor signs off on the FY21 budget, a 20% increase will be for over 2020. And there will not be any state aid awards or payments until after the February board meeting. As Liz was saying a few minutes ago, everything is up in the air, you know. The board is going to meet in January, and then they'll come back and let us know in February how much they're going to give us in state aid.
Right. Yeah.
Liz, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
They are also planning to give more flexibility like they did this year on the hours open and materials expenditure requirements. So this year, all the libraries met the requirements for certification purposes, whether they actually did or not. And that will be the case again this year. They want libraries to do what's best for their communities without worrying about meeting those requirements, whether it's safe or not.
Sorry, but
Yep.
Okay, any other questions? Carol? Carol, did you have a question?
on the
Carol Mahoney?
state aid requirements regarding, Liz,
You froze. Carol, you froze.
Great. Am I back?
You're back.
Let me
You're
go
back.
out and I'll come back in.
No, you're back.
Back in.
Oh, no, okay, cancel, I'll cancel, leave meeting. Okay, my question was relating to the books and library materials, Liz. From the budget, it looks like you and the staff are really moving along in your expenditures on that aspect. But overall, do you feel that you're, I mean, I know it's kind of like a shot in the dark right now when you don't have the public coming in on some of the requests and things like that. But do you feel that things are moving along? And it's certainly, as I said, it does look that way from the way the budget is. So the requirements are right there.
Yeah, we've increased ebook spending to try to compensate for people not being able to access physical books as much. So that's helping us meet that target.
Good.
All set?
Think so, right?
Okay. All right. Next is building projects and repairs. Liz, you want to add something? Have anything before I go on and do my part on that?
Just that the window project is moving along. Seems like the work could start next month, so that will be good. Parking lot is done except for the striping. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yes, Seb.
Yeah.
Okay, talking about building projects going on. In 2000,
I have something I'm talking about first. I'll get back to you afterwards.
you want to do the building project?
Yes, I want to do my piece first.
Fine, okay, that's great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So as you know, the town is aware of the projects needing to be done, now doing all procurement and finding suitable funding for us. So with that being said, I would like a motion to be made to postpone all action on building projects other than the window projects until after the pandemic emergency.
Object. I'm going out right now and say object. We at 2017 had a flood in the library. That project is still being stuck now for 3 years. I think that can work simultaneously in the background to get the area for the Lena, for the people that support the library so they can do their job in that room.
And what exactly?
Have some discussion about that. I was gonna bring this up hopefully in January, but I really
That's
think,
what I wanted to wait until January.
yeah, but if we're waiting for the installation of the new windows to be completed, I'm objecting to that. I think they should work. We're at 3 years with that.
Zeb, exactly what are you looking for us to do right now? Because I have a list and most of the projects on that list are done. Projects that aren't done, the town has come around and they have it on their sheets to help us do them.
Well, I think.
That's what I don't,
I just
with time
think
right
that-
now.
Okay, I'm just saying the area behind the circulation desk in that area has been 3 years. It's been in a stagnant mode.
Right.
And we have no insurance
Listen,
money.
I'll be fair. I will be fair. Give me a date when it's done. Tell me it's going to be done on June 30th. That's fine with me. I just wanted to get it done because the people that work in our library are productive people. If you give them a productive environment, they will give us more for our dollar. They will do better projects. Things are easier. That room is a disaster. And it's been 3 years and it was covered under insurance somewhat. It's just got to end. And I would like to see that project ended.
What
That's all
Doug
I
had
can
said,
say.
what Doug had said back in our walk around as Doug's priorities was the lowest level lobby carpeting, which is done. The children's drywall painting and carpeting, plumbing, Chris fixed the HVAC leak, and the general contractor to workroom cabinets. Those are his priorities right now.
We have,
Yeah.
I can't vote on anything if I haven't seen a list of what we may be delaying.
Well,
There could be things in there that we could take charge of at this point.
This was just a rough draft that I took when I went on the tour. I will make copies of these and get it out to everybody.
That would be fine, but I also agree with Zeb. I think I don't know when COVID's going to end. So it's like an indeterminate time. And I realize the town doesn't know that either. There's no expectation that, oh, June.
But I also feel though that if
But wait a
the
minute, Pat, wait a
town
minute.
is-
Let me just say, I think that
Okay.
also from the point of view that getting the parking lot done was a terrific idea. The other projects that you mentioned that got completed, great. If there is those other projects that can be done while the building is closed, that is really optimal for us to do instead of doing that. I wholeheartedly agree with Zeb on the staff workroom. That is a disgrace and they should not have to continue to work in that. And I'm not putting that just on the town's shoulders by any means. I think we have responsibility and we owe it to them to get that done after all these years.
And
So there should be some way we can work together to accomplish whatever the projects may be.
And I want to say one thing. We have in our available funds $5,800. We could, if we have to, we've got cash that we can use. We can do a lot, but I just want to say it again. 2017, we're starting 2021, and it's not on the agenda to get finished. If we could work like to May to get it done, I would like to see that project behind the circulation staff.
Anybody else have any input? Janet?
Pat, why, can I ask what your reasoning is? Why are you proposing this? To hold on, to stop?
Because as I explained, the town has been going overboard to help us out.
Yes.
They are looking for the money to help us out. So I mean, we don't have any insurance money. The insurance money has been used. We haven't had time to go into all the wills and whatnot again to find out exactly what we have. And I felt that it should be put on hold until January, at least till we find out exactly what we have and how the town can help us. As I said, These are the things that he had as his priority.
Okay, so originally you said till the end of the pandemic. Would you be willing to revise that to come back and discuss it again in January?
I will revise it and we'll put it back on the agenda in January.
Because I'd be happy to make that motion just to get us through the end of the year and all that stuff.
Carol Cahill?
But I do hear what they're saying, that these poor people, they work so hard, they're so creative.
Yeah,
Nice for us to do something for them to show our appreciation too.
But it also was kind of like, they're trying to keep safety in the library right now.
Yes,
And they
priority.
don't want people coming in and out. That's part of it.
Okay,
but
that-
the reason why I think I'm a little hard on this is we have no power over the library, the trustees. We have power over the building. That's our responsibility, is our building.
No,
That room for 3 years,
municipal building.
huh?
It's a municipal building.
Right, but we as the trustees run the building.
That's true.
You know, we don't run, Liz runs the library. We run the building. And that's why I think it's very imperative to give we've got a great staff and to support them with a great workroom. I don't think we lose. It's one of those win-win-win situations for me.
Okay, we'll look into it in January.
That's fine.
Carol
Thank you.
Cahill,
I
you
can't
wanted
thank
to
you.
say something.
Yeah, I just had a question. The project for the workroom, what's roughly is the cost for that project?
Well, we don't really know because, I mean, I think 2 years ago, we wanted to go one way. I think Jack, you and Zeb wanted to go out and and just go to, Home Depot or Lowe's and do it that way. That wasn't voted on. At one point they wanted, Carol, you would know that more because I think you were on board with that, having architectures come out.
Well,
Tell
Beverly
me.
was seeking the advice of the
Yeah.
Board of Library Commissioners.
Right.
I guess it's hard for me to have an opinion about it because I don't really know what the projects are that currently that are being considered or what the dollar amounts are or where the funds are coming from.
Well, that's why we wanted to hold off, because like I said, the town had it as their priority. And as I have been explaining, the goodwill from the town right now has been tremendous.
Agreed.
Just don't want to, really step on toes and get in their way, so to speak.
Well, I totally hear you about the safety. I don't know what Liz thinks, but I really think we should revisit this in January if you're willing to make that as sort of a compromise, which doesn't mean we're going to vote to do it, but especially the safety issue. We have a spike right now and
Right.
it would mean estimates and people coming in and out. Liz, what do you think?
I don't want to speak for anybody who works in that room because I don't, but I feel okay with being patient and waiting for the town to help us out. They've waited so long already. I don't know if a couple more months will make a big difference, but I'll
Right.
definitely talk to them.
I'm going to move to revisit the issue in January, put it back on the budget, have a status report, no commitments either way. Does that make sense?
This is kind of why we were going to make the motion tonight, is because the numbers have gone up so high right now, and we're kind of set back again.
Okay, well, that's my motion.
Okay, Jack.
Can you hear me?
No,
I didn't.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just testing out new equipment. Just a couple of questions. Pat, you said you have a rough list of repairs
Yeah.
that you're going to share with us.
I said I'll make a copy and send them out to everybody.
Is there also the town administrator has a list of,
It should roughly be the same because I was on the walkthrough with Doug and Jen and Tom Lugal.
okay. So yeah, if we can have all that information, if it's the same thing, great. But as far as the workroom costs, I probably have the documents from the last time, a couple of years ago. I mean, I can dig them out and provide them if you want. They were rough. You know, they were really rough. I don't recall off the top of my head. I think the repairs might have been somewhere in the vicinity of $15,000, depending on what you wanted to put into that room. But, you know, if you want, I can check into that. You just,
Yeah, I would appreciate it if you would check into it, and Ken, where did Ken go? If Ken could, you know, I think he was in on it with you.
he might have been, but do we have any idea how much in the way of funds might be available to the library?
That's what we want to wait until January and dig through the wills and see,
Okay,
because we use money for painting. Remember, we used 15,000 for painting.
Yeah.
We used 5,000 for the soundproofing last year. We have the panels, Jack. I think you've seen them inside the lobby.
right.
So, and as far as the insurance money, that's not there. I don't know, last week you came out with 45,000. I don't know where the 45,000 would be. I think that was a figure that we kind of went a long time ago before we even started with the painting. To me, I thought it was 25,000. I didn't think it was that high, but maybe we need to look back again and see where we're taking it out of the and the money that's ready available for us.
Yeah, okay.
None of us have looked at that for a while, you know, especially not with the
Jack's the
pandemic.
last one who did. Right, Jack, you and Bev.
What, looking at the available funds from,
Wills and all that. I think you and Bev, didn't you go through all those to see what?
yes, I have
Like,
copies of that. I can dig those out and provide it to, you know, to Pat and Liz, and everybody. I mean, it's whatever you want to do.
Okay, so do we want to have a motion made to put this off until January and have all our figures ready for January?
I made a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second,
All right, I need a roll call. Jack,
yes,
Carol Cahill,
Yes.
Janet,
Yes.
Carol Mahoney,
Yes,
and Ken. Did Ken leave the meeting?
We lost him. Don't
Okay.
know.
All
oh
right, so
no,
we'll put him down as abstaining then.
missing.
well,
These Zoom meetings aren't very easy.
No, they're not. He probably wants to vote. 1, 2.
yeah, but if he comes back in, can we ask him, please?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the storm coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
Me going back and forth.
Why am I missing? Yeah, okay.
Maybe while we give him a minute, I can add that before Beverly left, she did have a consultant from the state come and walk through the building with us. And we looked at the workroom, and she recommended putting things in there that were flexible, like gave us options to move things around,
Yeah, that's
which I think if we had right now would be really helpful. So I think that's
I think
something
maybe
to,
we should, Liz, maybe you should sit down with the staff too and see exactly what the staff would like, you know?
yeah, I have talked to the staff about that idea, and I think they're on board with that. Like I told Jack on the phone recently, when we were thinking about this idea, like last year, we were hoping to put another desk in that room and have another person sit in there. But if we had done that now, that person wouldn't be able to sit in there with distancing. So if we had movable desks, we could at least move that desk somewhere else. So I think that's something to think about for when we do take on this project.
okay.
Did that person
Write up a report and send it in?
No, it was informal, but the state did just recently release a new document all about space planning. It's like a book basically, but it's online. I can send everyone a link to it if you'd be interested to look at it. I did look at it, and it talks about stuff like
Yes.
that, like putting in like flexible furniture that gives you the most options in the future, which I think is really
Well,
important.
Liz, if you, I mean, I have participated in library construction a great deal. So if there are some things that you'd like to review, because you're absolutely right. Flexible, movable furnishings throughout the library is the direction that people are going in many ways. So it would be understandable in the workroom.
Okay,
That's
great.
why, Carol, on your recommendations about having somebody come in to look is why we kind of scrapped the old plan, you know, at the time. Because it
Oh.
seemed the better way to go, you know, to have somebody come in and
Yeah.
from the library board, you know. Did I lose you, Carol?
Well, I hope Zeb's okay.
I don't think the Board of Library Commissioners have great library planning consultants and.
Right, the
construction.
consultants, right.
Okay, so that's,
All right, so anything else?
No.
Okay, next on the agenda are the holiday dates reminder. Liz, do you have those?
Yep. So we have paid holidays on December 25th and January 1st, obviously, and then also December 24th, which is Thursday, and then we had voted at a previous meeting to close on Saturday the 26th and Wednesday the 23rd, and then also Saturday, January 2nd. Are there any questions?
23rd, 24th, and 26th are unpaid, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
The 23rd that we voted on back in August was the library where the town employees get the day after Thanksgiving and the library doesn't. That was, you know, to make up for that. Okay, Jack, was that Ken you were just talking to?
Yes, he has computer problems. He has a brand new computer. He's trying to get back in. So
Why doesn't he just call at least so he can talk?
Can you at least get what his vote would be on it?
is that valid?
Oh, no, I guess it's not, you know, but I thought you just,
Well,
no, all right, so we'll leave him as being abstained unless he calls back in.
sure.
We can give him the phone number. I'll email it to him, but I don't know if he can get email.
Does he text?
No, we can't do the text.
I can try texting him.
I'm smiling because I'm imagining, imagine trying to do this with 10 or 15 teenagers.
Um,
Can you
I
imagine?
think
You're lucky to see you, huh?
he's
Well, I
back.
did in the spring. I'm actually on a leave of absence this year because of my brother's high risk status. But in the spring we did, and it's, at least when you have adults, they're willing participants. When you have teenagers, it's a whole host of
Mm.
comedy. You have to keep a sense of humor.
Happy birthday to Jim. I saw
Oh,
the
yeah,
parade.
big
That
day here.
Yeah.
It was nice.
How old
Okay, Ken, are you back on?
I am on, I don't know if you can see me, but I am on.
No, we can't see you,
That's a
but
start.
Ken, I needed your vote, whether you, for the motion to hold off until January.
Oh, that's fine, yes,
Okay, we just needed it official.
yes. I got a very brand new computer with touchscreen.
Uh-oh.
Never buy one.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, that's you exactly. I moved my hand over and you guys disappeared. It's like, okay.
You were mad and went away.
I'm on a ThinkPad of 1960. It's working beautiful.
So Janet, you got Ken's vote.
I did.
Okay. All right, next on the agenda is information upcoming meetings. Liz,
No events, no meetings.
okay. Anything else? If
Yeah.
not,
I got a couple.
Cal Mahoney?
I meant to ask Liz under the director's report. Liz, a couple of times we've mentioned the idea of computers in the workroom.
Oh, yeah.
Is there status on that or some type of work we can work on with you? And I know you mentioned the town having some input on that, so that maybe in the new year we can move ahead or just be told that it's a no-go one way or the other?
I had talked to Gino from the town IT department about it, and it sounded like it would be relatively easy to do technically. I know he's very busy with the website right
Sure.
now, but once that gets done, I will touch base with him again on that.
Oh, that would be terrific, because I think that in rolling out the pickup and the online programs you've had and other things, it would be greatly appreciated by a lot of people after
Yeah.
the first of the year.
I think
Who knows, the job market may loosen up a little bit and become available for people.
I think our idea was to, Carol, was to try to get 3 computers in there in the meeting room, try to set up 3, you know?
I would, the staff is gonna have to be there, at least some
And that's what
oversight.
it's a lot of
Yeah,
logistics.
so,
right now.
and how they set it up and everything else.
Right,
So their input would be greatly appreciated on what they can manage. So that's fine. And the timing, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that's the entire, for all day, it's just periods of time. So that's fine. I just think it would be
and it'll probably be
added value.
appointment only.
Added value, yeah.
Appointments, yes.
Yeah, appointment only.
Yeah,
Yes, one other thing
absolutely.
to note is that a number of libraries that were open for those services just closed again.
Oh,
like this
sure, with the
week.
spike,
Yeah.
with the spike, yeah, understood.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I have something. I was at the library yesterday and they gave out, I don't know, sugar cookies to kids if you signed up and toys. I was coming into the building and cars were stopping to get a toy, and it was a very active scene. And I just wanted to say thank you to Liz and her staff. From all of us, I thought the programs were working great.
Projects are wonderful. I see
Yeah,
Jimmy all the
awesome.
time.
Every
Oh,
weekend.
look.
Yeah.
Right behind me.
They're
Oh,
so
very
creative.
cool.
I
Yes.
love that one. I
Oh,
like
wait, and
one
we
myself.
I've got another
Every
one
week
too.
there is something new for them, you know?
They're just working so hard.
Oh,
We have them all.
great wreath.
Have a lot.
And
Yeah, the staff is working really hard, and we have a number of thank you notes that people have been sending in for people picking out books for them, and people are really appreciative. But the staff is doing a great job.
And I thought they did a fabulous job with it all. So like I said, I wanted to bring it up. Another thing is, I am not happy of not having a Christmas party. And, and if you do get a chance to go into the library, please go and see the mantle. They did the mantle. So even though we didn't have a Christmas party, the mantle's still beautiful.
Looks
So,
beautiful.
Website on the Facebook page, Liz.
Oh, sure. Oh, yes.
So
And
I
we
just
got
thought
our
I'd
wreath,
throw that
which I
out.
was
So
not
I
expecting.
can just mention, if you want, on behalf of the Friends, we, for some crazy reason, put in a grant to the Cultural Council for the Victorian Christmas Carolers, just in
Oh.
case. There's a
Oh.
stroll next year, but we did
Let's
apply
hope.
for the grant, so we'll
Let's
see.
hope.
And they don't have a lot of grants, so we'll probably get it. They like to do that too, so
Good.
maybe we'll have a stroll, who knows?
Let's hope.
I know.
Library
Okay.
Christmas party.
Yes.
Yeah, outside on the lawn. Big fire pit. Pat knows how to do that with the lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Our new parking lot.
Yeah, right. There's a place to do it. Anyway.
Go up and have a toast for Christmas. So, all right, well, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And with that,
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
Oh, I got it. Me and Carol.
Okay, Ken and Carol. Okay, need a roll call. Carol Mahoney,
Yes.
Jana Khan,
Yes.
Carol Cahill,
Yes,
Ken Zeb,
Yes.
Jack Ward,
Yes.
and myself, and that is at 6:43.